All right, good afternoon, everyone. Today is Wednesday, December 9th, 2020. We're here for another Wednesday Hope and Healing Hour. It's always a joy and a pleasure to be able to come and share, to offer some hope, some encouragement, to be able to answer some questions, and to be uh, able to show up and offer some on the spot healing for anybody who may be interested, who's here available and interested in that. So we are on Facebook from my Facebook personal profile, from the Transcending the Matrix Facebook page, and also streaming live to the MatrixHealing YouTube site. And I'd just like to ask if you all stop by to check in or say hello, wave or something to let me know who it is that's here. Really, these are always of greater value to you all if there's a situation where somebody's actually requesting some type of healing or has any different specific questions or things of that nature, because then we can support you in that. And that's why we're here doing this. We're thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve and support in that way. And this is something that we just started since COVID. We're available for anybody who's dealing with any symptoms, dealing with coronavirus, anyone who's dealing with any physical pain or anything else who's interested. I see someone said hello, but it's only showing up as Facebook user. So it appears that you may be viewing from maybe the Transcending the Matrix group or something. For whatever reason, when a person comments from a group that we're being broadcast from, it doesn't show who it is that's actually posting. It just shows up as Facebook user. I'm not sure exactly why that is the case. But if you could let us know who you are. Hi to you, whoever you are, by the way. But if you could let us know who you are, we certainly would appreciate that, and definitely like to greet you. This is Brenda. Is this Brenda B? Or Brenda Wesley? I'm not sure which Brenda that is. But anyway, welcome. Certainly glad to have you here. And we're again happy to share. If anybody here shows up who's desiring any type of healing, we can do that. You can just share what your issue is that you're dealing with, whether physical or otherwise. Pardon me, I should have had some water with me. I feel like always dry my oh, okay. Hey, Brenda B. Good to see you, my sister. Even though it's not actually Brenda B anymore, technically, I don't know if I'm still stuck on Brenda B. So I'll have to update that to your married initial, or maybe I'll just go with Brenda Michelle or something. At any rate, if anybody has any physical condition that you're dealing with, whether it's physical pain, any sickness or disease that you're dealing with, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to support you, maybe give you some insights and even some on-the-spot healing where that's concerned, as well as if they're just any kind of emotional things that you're dealing with. This is an interesting time that we're in for all of us. It's some weird stuff that's been going on this year. And while we're in the last month of what's been a crazy year, now would be a really good time to get some of those things cleared out as we're looking to go into the new year. It may be a really good time to do some releasing of some of the things that have really kind of bogged us down this year. Some of the difficulties, some of them are directly connected with COVID and social distancing and the sense of isolation. Some of them are dealing with how our routines have been changed and how we might not typically have the systems of support in place that we can rely on in the way that we've been accustomed to, plus having more to have to deal with, and not just um, not having those same outlets. That can be a challenge sometimes for a lot of us. So again, that's why we're here, offering hope and healing, encouragement, to help make this process, this journey, a little bit more bearable. That we might be able to find some grace to navigate this journey a little bit more freely. And one of the things that I do want to say, there was a point in my life on my own spiritual journey where I felt like it wasn't really spiritual to have certain low vibrational feelings, certain emotional states. And so, what I ended up doing is I would actually, really not consciously, but I would kind of bury those things down, and act as if everything was fine when it really wasn't. But the reality is that when we bury those things down inside, the things that are our actual feelings, and we don't allow ourselves to actually feel our feelings, that can actually create a lot of problems. It can create a lot of, not only mental health challenges in terms of, having some unresolved sadness or anger or guilt or whatever the case might be. But that can also, if unaddressed, it can also lead to different physical conditions, that would begin to ail the body as well. And so, what I have since realized is that there's actually greater value in allowing oneself to feel one's feelings, whatever those feelings that you have actually are. So, emotions represent energy in motion. Energy in motion. Emotions are represented by the element of water, and water and emotions, similarly, are designed to flow. They're designed to be in a sense of a flow. They're designed to move. If water doesn't move, if water is still or water is stagnant, that water becomes toxic. That water becomes very toxic and can cause sickness and illness, significant sickness and illness. And in a similar way, when we allow emotions to become stagnant, when we don't allow ourselves to process those emotions or don't allow ourselves to feel those emotions, they end up getting locked in someplace in the body. They get stored in the cells of our body in a certain particular area of our body. And then if that energy remains stagnated, if that energy just stays stuck there, the natural free flow of energy is not able to operate the way that it's supposed to in our system. And energetically, we're intended to have a continuous flow of energy, just like the circulation of the blood and the breath. It's supposed to be continuous, ongoing throughout our system. And if there's a blockage or something in any way, that can cause problems for us. And so we want to, if anybody is dealing with any either physical or mental or emotional kind of things, whether it's stress, anxiety, tension, anything of that nature, we're more than happy to support that as well. Hey, Dulcie, aloha to you too. Um, good to see, well, good to see your message. I don't really see you, but good to virtually see you. Hope that everything is well in Hawaii, and to everybody else who's out there, blessings, bountiful, bright blessings to all of you. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask those. I'm more than happy to respond. It is about a 20-second delay or so. So it may take a moment for me to actually be able to see your message and respond. I'm glad life is good for you, Dulcie. And if you post something, if you're saying that you have a particular condition that you'd like to have addressed, we can give you the option of either commenting in the chat, or we can bring you on live. Sometimes people feel a little bit shy or bashful about coming on camera. One of the things that's been interesting about COVID and social distancing and staying safe while staying at home is that some of the things that we would do um, from a way that we present ourselves standpoint, uh, we don't tend to as much if we're just staying at home as if we're going out in public. So there is a way that we can bring you on where you're not sharing your camera, where we can hear your voice, and you'll be in real time. You'll hear me in real time. I'll hear you in real time, and then we won't have that delay that way. But that's entirely up to you. Like I said, we can do that with the voice and not having uh, you feel the embarrassment of being physically on uh, on camera. Okay, Trisha C. Hi there. So Trisha, what's going on with your sinuses? Are you experiencing your sinuses being backed up? Or are you experiencing just like a continuously runny nose? Uh, are you experiencing sinusitis? What is it that's going on with your sinuses right now? And are you experiencing that right now in this moment, whatever that is? And would you like to come on camera or on audio? We'll certainly be happy to bring you on either. The process does flow a little bit more smoothly just from a operational standpoint as far as the broadcast is concerned. It doesn't affect the healing so much as just the time delay in terms of the time it takes for you to hear what I'm saying, and then the time it takes for you to type that, and then me see it and respond, and so forth. Okay. Dulcie says that COVID has really caused you to shift how you work. Yeah, I totally get that, Dulcie, and can definitely identify with that. So Trisha C, you say it's this moment. Um, or else I'd beg to come on camera, but I have been losing. Oh, you've been losing your voice. So do you have an absence of voice right now? Um, and we so I'm wanting to, by the way, understand exactly what it is that you're wanting to communicate, Trisha, in terms of um, coming on camera. Let's see. Oh no, you're saying your voice sounds weird, so you you don't want us to hear your voice sounding different than you would normally expect your voice to be sounding. Okay, all right. Well, we can respect that. Now, are you experiencing a sore throat or anything like that? In addition to this sinus issue that you have going on? By the way, I used to very regularly lose my voice. I have um, I don't have enough fingers to count on one hand how many times I've lost my voice uh, in a span of as many years. That was some time ago. Um, okay, yeah, I get that you'd come on if you felt a little better. Dulcie says, "Go for it." All right, well, we'll see what we can do to get you feeling at least a little bit better, Trisha. Um, let's see here. Okay, so you say that you've had this since May. Some concern about some chronic sinusitis, and you just feel like you've been allergic to everything. So there are a couple things with allergies. One is that allergies tend to come once we've got, on a certain level, on a physical level, we tend to experience allergies once our system has gotten kind of backed up with some things and we're not able to process things the same way. That kind of points to those blockages that I was speaking to earlier. But also, a lot of times, issues with allergies are actually connected to things that did not occur in your actual lifetime. Um, oh, so Trisha, you and Dulcie know each other. Cool. And greetings to you, Valeria. Good to see you. Good to have you here today. So in terms of your sinusitis, by the way, Trisha, are can you describe from a symptom standpoint what that's like for you right now? What it is that you're actually feeling and experiencing in this moment? By the way, anything that has an itis on the end of it deals with an issue of inflammation. All right. Whether sinusitis, laryngitis, arthritis, any itis means that there is an issue of inflammation. Okay. Um, and that tends to mean to suggest that the element of fire is out of balance in your system somehow. Um, now, without trying to, if you don't mind, without trying to self-diagnose, what is it that you are actually feeling in this moment? What's your actual experience? Is it that you're having trouble breathing? Is it you feel a lot of sinus pressure? Um, is it that you feel a burning sensation? um, how does that how is that manifesting for you right now? And while you're typing that, and I see that you said that it's on the left side of the body, on the left side of your nose. So that's good information to have. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and actually get started. So I'm just going to say a quick little prayer. God, I know you to be a healer, and through the union we share through the power of your pure love and the Holy Spirit, God in me demonstrates you as a healer on the behalf of Trisha C, neutralizing the root cause of all illusions, all experiences of sinusitis, and all issues dealing with her sinuses um, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, particularly on the left side. From the point of the causal root and entire energetic structure of every strand of DNA in every cell of her body, every string particle of her existence, and transmuting that into and replacing it with a sense of ease and grace with her breathing, feeling the free flow of the passage of breath through her nostrils, through her system, feeling a sense of calm and ease and grace in her entire sinus cavity. And I bear witness to her wholeness beginning on this date and in this time and space called now. Thank you. Thank you for this gift of your divine love. It is done. It is done. It is done. Okay. All right. So, so you're saying you kind of just have the sniffles when you stand up. You get some postnasal drip and a cough. Okay. So let's look at this issue. And I kind of want to. I didn't say it on the prayer, but I want to kind of keep in mind in the back of my mind about the speaking issue too. So I want to look at any issues surrounding you standing up and speaking for yourself. Standing up for yourself. Standing. Okay, that's a little better. And standing up and speaking for yourself. Yeah, that's a big weakness. Let's give that a little boost. Excuse me. Let's give it a significant boost, actually. Yeah, there's apparently a lot that's connected with that. Okay. Greetings, Robin Harris. I see you popped in. Okay, so let's look at this issue of speaking up for yourself. Um, and maybe in connection with issues that you've experienced with your mom. Let's resolve that for any unresolved issues where that's concerned. Okay. And maybe feeling angry about that. So we want to balance that out. Balance out anger, sadness, grief. That was a big one. Yeah, we want to balance that out. And despair, even. We want to transmute, purify all of that to the power of pure love and transmute it into a sense of ease and grace, a sense of peace, a sense of self acceptance, a sense of well being, internal well being, and feeling whole, perfect, and complete. Okay. And I want to also take a moment and look at uncried tears. I want to actually help to resolve those uncried tears that are seeking to come their way through your nasal duct. Okay. All right, Trisha, how are you feeling right now, by the way? This is one of the challenges of doing this in this context because it takes a little while for you to actually hear me from the time that I say it because we're broadcasting through this third party service. Um, and then, it takes obviously the time for you to be able to type. Um, okay. So let's look at your experience in terms of being a mom navigating remote learning. Is that remote learning for your children? Uh, Dealing with all that? Okay, and you also have been experiencing some dizziness. Okay, I want to look at the relationship between um, your sinuses and your ears and your mouth. Okay, okay, and relationship between speaking and hearing. We want to harmonize that relationship. Okay. Yeah, Valeria says remote learning equals stress. Yeah. Um, all right. So you're managing three children. It's interesting that you say you have to be sick. Like that's like on some level giving you permission to take a break. Okay. All right. So let me look at resistance. Um, your children resisting you as well as you being resistant to your children's resistance to their learning, and let's balance all of that out. Okay, and we want to transmute that distress into eustress. Distress is negative stress, whereas eustress is positive stress. um, and then just increase your overall uh, resilience and all the things I say, like I'm about to say, optimizing your flexibility. That's not to say that you aren't at all flexible to the changes. I'm just saying that it's showing up as an area that some boost to that could be beneficial for you and supportive of you. Okay. In general, I want to look at the element of fire. Um, want to balance out excesses in the element of fire. 800%. Balance that out. Okay. All right, that's still needing some work. Okay, and also I want to look at the element of water. I want to balance out that element of water. Okay. All right, Trisha, how are you feeling right now in this moment? As far as your dizziness and as far as your sinus stuff that you have going on. I- it's always odd when you get to the point of checking in because I know that it takes a little while from the time that I say it to the time that you actually hear it. Um, you say a little weird, but you do feel better. Now, when you say a little weird, are you saying it's a little weird that you feel better, or are you saying that you feel a little weird? If you can just kind of help us clarify that, it really appreciate that. And while you're doing that, we'll continue. It's weird that you feel better. You know, the reality, Trisha, is that we're all one people. Just like you, I don't. By the way, Trisha, where are you right now? If you don't mind saying, like where on the planet are you right now? Ah, more awake. Wow. Okay. And you're very welcome. My pleasure. Okay. So you're in New Hampshire. I'm in Tampa, Florida. Dulcie is in Kauai, Hawaii. Um, Brenda B is in Southfield. Valeria, I think, is in Michigan. Valeria is in the same area in Detroit, Michigan. We're all connected right now via internet service. We're going across many miles, going across uh, an ocean, but yet we're all connected. We're all connected. The reality is that we're all one people. We may be in different parts of the planet, but we're really all a drop of water from the same ocean. And that's a way that I kind of relate to things. That we're all a drop of water from the ocean of God. We're all intimately and intricately interconnected. And we were interconnected before there was such a thing called the internet or the World Wide Web. There is an intricate tapestry that has always linked us all together. We're really one in the spirit. And that's how this type of thing is able to be made manifest. It doesn't matter that you're in New Hampshire, Trisha, or that I'm in Florida. It doesn't matter that you don't even hear the sound of my voice until 20 seconds after I say it because of the third party service that we're streaming through. But the reality is that we are all connected. There is really nothing that's beyond God's ability to heal. And really, there's that sacred link that connects us all together. That sacred spark of divinity exists inside of each and every one of us. And the divinity within me and the divinity within you have been in communication with one another. Okay. And time and space serve as no hindrance to that. You're in New Hampshire, I'm in Tampa. If you were on Mars, it would be the same thing. Time and space is not a reality that serve as a hindrance to the things of the spirit. And so just kind of wanted to share that. Hey, Angela Banks, it's always good to see you. My heart smiles when I see your hello. It's good people. It's good people. By the way, Trisha, are you in good shape now, or do you need a little bit more support? Is there a little bit more that you'd like some attention on as far as this healing is concerned today, or do you feel like you're in good shape? Just let us know that if you would. Okay, he says, I was really wondering what just happened. I feel healthy every day, so I'll watch my thinking. Well, thank you, and I appreciate your kind words. It's not really me that's amazing, but the presence of the divinity that is within me, and that same divinity exists within you. The spark of God exists within you and me, just the same. Maybe one slight difference is that I've learned how to access it in this particular way. And maybe that's something that you just haven't quite accessed yet. But it is something that you can access, actually. This is something that we can all do. Dulcie can attest to that. If you're somebody who's interested in learning how to, tap into what I've been doing and be able to do this for yourself, it's teachable. If you have a little bit of an open mind and an open heart, you can do this too, no problem. The power is in me, but I'm not the power. I'm just thankful to be able to serve in this capacity. Oh, okay. Brenda and Trisha, you're both on YouTube. I don't know if I even noticed all this time, Trisha. I don't think I paid attention all this time to the fact that you're on YouTube. Brenda says that she changed her name so I could see her name. Also, Brenda, if you go to my personal Royce Fletcher Thomason Facebook page where it's broadcast, and I can see your name from there too. But when you're in the Transcending the Matrix group, or someone else shares it in a group on Facebook, for whatever reason, I can't see it there. And Trisha said, okay, I'm glad that you're great. Okay, you're going to listen in and start moving instead of nap. Okay, wonderful. Well, God, thank you so much for this gift of your divine love and the healing that has been experienced today. Thank you so much for this gift of your grace and your love. It is done. It is done. It is done. All right. Yeah, like I said, this is something that I just happen to be fortunate enough to be able to use it, and was blessed to be able to, and have been blessed to be able to share with other people how to utilize this. But I mean, I'm not the originator of the power by any means. It's certainly not limited to me. I know sometimes, people will see these televangelists and things, or we'll have these crusades where one person is kind of the one who's quote unquote doing all the healing. But really, I feel like it's more value for you to be able to do it. There was a time where I received a word that at some point I would need to decide whether or not to just continue doing what I'm doing, or whether to teach other people to do what it is I was doing. And I realized that as one person, there's only so many people that I'm going to be able to reach. I also know that it's very gratifying. It's such an honor to be able to work with somebody and help them and support them in a way where they're able to experience something that is for them very phenomenal, and really makes a significant impact in their quality of life and in their sense of well-being. That's such a joy to see, like Trisha, feeling very, very pleased about feeling better, not really even knowing necessarily how this is even possible. Nonetheless, it is. That's like a joy for me to be able to see you having that kind of experience. And I love for other people to be able to have that kind of experience that I have, because it's a super cool thing to experience. It's very, very, very fulfilling and rewarding and gratifying to be able to support somebody in a way to they've maybe been dealing with issue for many, 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 many years, and to be free of that and in just a little while, that's such a blessing. And so um, I love to be able to allow other people to be able to have that experience as well. And you'll be able to, different people can reach people that I wouldn't be able to reach. This is something that you can utilize yourself to bring about healing within your own life. It's something that you can utilize with people who are in your life, whether professionally or personally. Um, and so if that's something that you're at all interested in, just reach out to me on, send me a direct message either on Facebook at Royce Fletcher Thomason, or on Instagram at Royce Fletcher Thomason. If you do not hear back from me within 24 hours, reach back out to me again. Somebody was just saying, a friend was just sharing that I really need an assistant to help me with some of this back end stuff. And that is true. So I'm just putting that out there into the atmosphere that might show up in my life. I'm so glad that you're feeling so thankful right now, Tricia C. And I'm feeling very thankful for your experience and for the joy and privilege of being able to participate in that with you. It's such a blessing. It's such a blessing. There was something that Albert Einstein said, who was, by the way, was not just an intellectual genius as it relates to science, but he was also a very spiritual person. And one of the things that he said, that he suggested, is that we should either look at nothing in life as a miracle, or everything in life as a miracle. Which I think is really cool. And I think that makes me think about A Course in Miracles, which says that there is no order of difficulty in miracles. In other words, they're all equally easy for God. It's so beautiful. Sometime not all that long ago, the idea of being able to communicate with somebody on the other side of the world would have been, in real time or in virtually real time, that would have been almost unfathomable. Just a couple hundred years ago, that would have been extremely, maybe not even that long ago, that would have been extremely difficult for somebody to imagine. But to be able to be in these different parts of the world, and you can see my face right now as I'm talking, that is just an unfoldment of technology. This thing that we're doing as far as the healing is concerned is also another unfolding of technology. Now, actually, I prefer this type of technology even over the other technology. That human technology really gives us access to even more than the physical technology does, because again, that sacred spark of God exists within each and every one of us, and in that there are no limits, except the ones we impose upon ourselves by finding it to be a limitation or accepting it as a limitation. Yeah. Boy, there's a whole lot of places I can go with that. For whatever reason, I just thought about that once upon a time, it was thought there were all of these studies and everything, and it was determined that it was absolutely impossible for any human being to run the mile in under 4 minutes. Well, it was impossible until somebody showed that it was possible. And guess what? Once that person did it, all of these other people all over the world started doing it in a very short span of time, because it tore down that barrier within the collective consciousness of humanity of what was actually possible. They saw that if it was possible for one person, it's possible for another person. And by accepting a thing as possible, that opens up new possibilities and tears down the walls of impossibility to expand our horizons to new and distant shores of possibility and realms of creation and manifestation in terms of the living of life. In this, I'm going to say it, illusory world of the third dimensional beliefs of separation and limitation. Okay. If you don't know exactly what all that means, we get into that in more depth in the training. It's a 3-day training. By day 2, you'll be doing what I do. By day 2, you'll be doing what I do. Brenda can attest to that. Dulcie can attest to that. Other people who I know, the two of you have been here, have been in the training and can testify to that. And there have been other people who've gone through that and can testify to the fact that it's so. Yeah, I'm glad that you continue to be able to enjoy the benefits of the training, Dulcie, and what a blessing to the work that you are, in fact. Having just gone through it a few months ago and utilizing it and really making a wonderful impact in different people's lives all over the place, in Hawaii and stateside, if you will. Brenda affirms it's a wonderful experience. And Brenda's used this work to do some pretty amazing stuff too. Both of these ladies were powerful healers in their own right before coming into contact with this particular methodology. Dulcie, you just did a TTM session this morning, and it was amazing. Oh, that's so awesome. That's wonderful. Oh boy, I tell you, this is so beautiful. You know, I don't impose this stuff on everybody. I don't impose it on anybody really. But for those who are interested and who are open to it, what a blessing. What a blessing it is. Whether just receiving it in terms of treatment or in terms of being able to access it for yourself and utilize it on yourself as well as on others. You worked on a lady, and now I'm presuming that when you say LA, you're meaning Los Angeles and not Louisiana. Dulcie. And Trisha says, "Oh, that's so awesome. My face even looks better." Oh, that is so awesome. That is so awesome. Yes, TTM, it's definitely been a blessing to you. And you say that it's healed your heart, Dulcie. Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Wow. I tell you, I many moons ago, when I first started doing this, I didn't know exactly how it was going to unfold. You know, I started doing self-healing to develop and teach a healing technique. And when I would be working with people, I would practice it and see what worked. And then I ended up starting to teach it 17 years ago. Yes, LA. Okay, that's why I figured you were you were saying. And oh gosh, I had gotten away from it for a little while. There had been a significant span of time that frankly I was just distracted, um, and I wasn't making myself so available. And I've been seeking to make myself more available as far as this work and the training of it. We've got some training coming up again. If that's something that you're interested in, please let us know. We're happy to take you through the training. Believe that you'll find it to be a life-changing experience. Oh, that's so kind of you, Dulcie. I'm so appreciative of you as well. Well, if there are no more questions, no more comments for today. Again, if you're interested in any further um, healing, or you're interested in training at all, we're happy to share that with you. Again, we've got some training coming up. I was actually looking at potentially not this coming weekend, but next weekend. Depends on what happens, whether I'll go through with doing it next weekend or push it into sometime early next year. Um, Okay, Dos, how can folks get in touch with me? Yeah, I think I just had it on. Yeah. So if you want to get in touch with me, you can reach out to me directly at Royce Fletcher Thomason on either Instagram or on Facebook. Um, I'll probably see it quicker, honestly, if you send it to me on Instagram, but I will hopefully see it if you send it to me on Facebook as well. If you don't hear back from me in 24 hours, please just reach back out to me again, because my mailbox can sometimes get kind of inundated, and then I'll have to search down a little ways to be able to see messages that I might have missed. And that does happen sometimes. So, I'm not trying to ignore you or anything like that. I just haven't seen it. Um, and sometimes if I open something on the top, I don't see the stuff that ends up happening since then. Um, I haven't checked Messenger today yet, I don't believe. But at any rate, I send out love to you and just a spirit of appreciation. I know that we're in an interesting time in the course of human history right now. I also believe that each and every one of us who is on the planet right now is here for a reason. There is something in our souls that called forth for the experience of being right here on planet Earth in this particular point in human history, at this particular point in human development and evolution. And I believe that we're all called to be present to the moment, to rise to whatever occasions life situations present to us. That's not always easy. I know that it's not even always easy for me. I'm not saying this like I've 100% completely mastered all of it, but I do believe that we're all connected. I do believe that we're here to love on and support one another. I'm here to do that because I can. Quite frankly, I've been blessed with this gift. I'm thankful to be able to share the blessing of that gift with others. And I believe that we've all been endowed with certain things. Some things that are natural to us, some things that we've developed, some things that were natural and that we further developed, but all to support our growth, our development, and the greater good of humanity and life itself. So that's about all for today. Again, if you have any questions, any concerns, if you're interested in training, Transcending the Matrix training, reach out to me, whether on Instagram or Facebook. Feel free to do that, and we'll make that happen for you. Okay? Many, 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 many blessings. Oh, by the way, and the training, we're doing virtually now, so you don't have to worry about traveling to Tampa. Dulcie did the training from Hawaii while I was in Houston. I actually just moved to Tampa from Houston a couple months ago. Not even quite 2 months ago. It'll be 2 months ago tomorrow, actually. Yeah. All right. So you're welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. By the way, when I say being here, I mean in the stream today, but also on the planet. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for the degree to which you've allowed your own light to shine. And thank you for being a blessing in the lives of all those to whom you are a blessing. Please make sure to remember to include yourself in that. God bless you. I love you. And I look forward to seeing you again soon.